Um, yeah, I don't know. I got my wheels on today. My brand new wheels, Paul. They're looking pretty good. Paul's been catching on now. Every time I try to secretly start the podcast.
Yeah.
Without Paul knowing, and now he can catch it. God damn it! Welcome to Patrick and Cerebral Paulsy, aka PCP, the only drug you'll ever fucking need. I'm Patrick Smith, your host, joined by the resident hand-capable person, Paul Smith. What's going on? What's going on today? But I was just talking about my wheels before I had to do the intro because you fucking noticed I started the goddamn podcast, you piece of shit. Every fucking time. Oh yeah.
Are those not aggressive? Like
Short Nation.
They're
represent. Paul, I thought you'd be a little bit happy today because look at my colors, Paul. Maize and blue, baby.
How? No, that's green.
What are you talking? This is not green.
Yes, it's green. Are you fucking kidding me?
Paul,
it's green.
This is not green.
Are you? No.
This is yellow.
No, this is not yellow.
This is yellow. At best, it's like a tinge of green.
It's lime
Paul,
green. It's lime green.
It's not lime green, Paul.
You're colorblind, obviously.
I technically am colorblind, but I'm not.
Okay.
I can tell. I mean,
then listen to me on this. I might be losing my ability to look at situations rationally and subjectively, and I might be hearing things on the wrong side of my head. Like something's going on over here. I'm hearing over here. But I know what green looks like, and I know what yellow looks like. And that's green.
Pretty fucking yellow, dude.
That's green.
Yeah, it's not exactly really bright yellow, but it's a pretty fucking yellow.
That's green.
I mean, I thought I was representing. I thought you'd be happy.
No.
Short Nation represent. You know?
No.
Short Nation. Short Nation. Can't even say it. Paul, how crippled are you today?
I thought I'd be more crippled.
Yeah,
today.
you were pretty bad on like Thursday. You're like,
Yeah.
Or was it Wednesday? I don't remember. You're like, I'm super crippled.
Yeah, I really thought today was going to be bad or worse for me.
You seem pretty good.
Yeah.
You seem pretty jive. Okay, so before I jumped into Short Shorts Nation, represent Short Shorts Nation, dog. I'm wearing short shorts every single fucking podcast from now on, just because of how bothered you are by them.
Yes,
I am fucking wearing them.
Yes, because they're aggressively short. I'm wearing pajama bottoms right now, and they look classy as fuck.
No, not classy at all. It looks
looks
like you're homeless. I'm wearing short shorts representing the 80s when you did lines of cocaine like a fucking man. Whatever.
I mean, they still do lines of cocaine. It's just we're living in a pandemic. You might want to separate the cocaine.
Yeah, you never know. But I got my new wheels on. My car. They look pretty nice. They're better than I expected. I wasn't going for any looks or anything, just practicality because I have a set of winter tires. About 2 sets of tires, and I don't want to keep changing them over on the same sets of wheels. You know the difference between a tire and a wheel, Paul?
Yes, the tire is the rubber part around the wheel, the metal part.
True. A lot of people call them rims, but it's I mean, you kind of pick up on it. I worked at Discount for years, and people would be like, my tire's bad. Like
Discount Tire, America's Tire.
Yeah, America's Tire or America's Tire. It's Discount Tire / America's Tire. There are locations called America's Tire. It's not Discount. It's America's Tire, which is weird. Yeah, but it is America's Tire. The Michigan Baby by Bruce Howley. Rest in peace. Great guy. I
don't think it wasn't in Michigan.
Yeah, Bruce Howley.
It was founded. I thought it was founded in Arizona.
No.
Ann
Arbor, Michigan, baby.
Oh.
Looping this all together, Paul. That's why I'm wearing maize and blue. I knew I was going to talk about
No, you're not wearing maize and that is blue. Lime green.
Maize and blue.
Lime green.
Maize and blue. I look like a corn stalk right now, Paul.
It's like a goddamn green.
I look like corn. I know I'm colorblind, but comparable. I get it. It doesn't look exactly.
It's lime green.
I beg to differ. We'll never agree on this.
No,
Paul.
We won't because it's lime green.
But I look like you're an Michigan Wolverine. But he started it in, I think in the 60s or 50s or something. He started changing his tires and go across to the gas station and put air in tires. And this is back when you had to do everything manually. It's like, oh man. But yeah, starting it from scratch, he did a good thing. Yeah. Fantastic company. I recommend if you need tires or wheels or even windshield wipers now, go Discount Tire. We're not sponsored by Discount Tire. Just letting you know. Just saying. They're good company.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that before I said Discount Tire, America's Tire.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by them.
Yeah. I mean, if
I
Discount Tire wants to sponsor us, it's fine, but we're going to talk about assholes and shit, so I don't think they're going to want that.
no.
Because they're America's Tire. Goddamn. You know.
I want to talk about football, beer,
Yeah, exactly. Um,
stuff like that.
Speaking of football, draft's coming up.
Yeah,
It's going to be pretty cool.
few in 2 weeks. Pretty excited.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. We didn't. I mean, I don't want to dive too deep into anything, but you know.
I mean, we could hypothetically do like a pre-draft type of thing.
Yeah.
I could talk to you about the prospects.
Yeah. See, I literally know like 3 players. You know, like I haven't followed college football in a while because I always used to work Saturdays, and then, I mean, I like college football, but there's a lot of fucking teams, and it's just a whole Saturday to watch football. I'm like, I'm always Sunday, and I can't just football every fucking weekend because Saturday and Sunday of just football, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, definitely I should pick up on more players just get like a general vibe of everyone. But I don't know. But we did a kind of speaking sports wise. 2 former NFL players did shootings and killings.
Yeah, this shocked. The first one, the one I know about, the one that I know about, is Travis Rudolph, which shocked me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they did a whole thing about him, and he was essentially like a big brother when he was at Florida State to this kid who was
Autistic.
yes,
Yes.
and that was a shock to me.
And then,
First degree felony murder. I was like, wow.
Yep. Crazy too. And it's like, what? I don't know. But then I can't think of his name. Adams. And that's his last name. Ray Adams.
Ray
I don't maybe
See, I haven't heard about it.
No, I don't know his name. Actually, I'm just guessing from what I remember, but he killed 4 people. And yeah, he was in San Francisco. He came out of I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. This is why we should fact check everything. This is why we need to get a keyboard and mouse. I do have one in order, so I can. I'm just gonna have it on my lap and just type away. I'm the slowest and worst typer. I can't spell for shit. That's why I shout out Apple Keyboard. Your shit's amazing. With dyslexia and not knowing how to spell, I'm surprised it picks up words. Honestly, it's fucking insane. But yeah, I'll be searching shit up. So we can actually fact check it. But yeah, it's just crazy. I just want to just talk about the overview, like how much CTE is involved, because I mean, fuck, look at that shit. Like Aaron Hernandez, I mean, they're saying his brain was equivalent to an 80-year-old man or 70 or 60-year-old man when he was 27 years old at death. You know, it's like
that's a scary
crazy.
thing.
And they say it's like it could happen within even the first hit you have in football.
God. I'm
pretty fucking stupid.
I mean, when was he around? Like 6 years ago? That feels like, God, that feels not even that long ago. That they were like staying outside his house and they brought him out in handcuffs and you're like, oh shit, something's going down.
Yep, that's crazy. I mean, oh yeah. So I mean, like, there's really no motivation, you know. I mean, like, I guess you have some like aggression. I don't know. I don't understand the whole how it connects to how CTA connects to like brain functionality where it causes you to be violent.
I imagine that now obviously I'm not a neurologist of any sort, a doctor of any sort.
I think you are, but you know you should talk as you are. You know?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. But I imagine that certain parts of the brain when dealing with CTE, obviously they don't function like they're supposed to. Maybe they don't function at all. Maybe neurons start firing and they don't particularly fire in a spot in the head where they would to control aggression or.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but again, yeah, that's just a basic understanding.
Just a basic. I have no degrees in this. Please don't be like, oh my god, this is what he told me. And fact check because
Paul is a leading neurologist.
No.
Yeah, he
nope.
Yeah, don't listen to Paul. Don't listen to us about really most things. You know, besides football.
Go find a medical professional if you really do have questions about this.
Yeah. Ooh. So, but Okay, let's get off the dark side of topic of this because it's very sad. And today's a happy episode, Paul.
Yeah, it is.
Happy episode, Paul. But
It
so
is.
we're gonna do like a pre-draft. Maybe I want to do like one right after the first, because I mean the first day is one of the most intense. First round draft picks.
Yeah.
Big names go, and you get to see who
The
the future of your team
shockers
is.
and-
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So we can do one. We can do pre or we can do post. We'll figure it out. But we're definitely doing something. It's around the draft at least. And then once we get closer to the actual football season, we're gonna start up the side thing. We're probably gonna do those Friday. I want to say Friday, maybe Thursday night. It depends. It really depends. And we'll just talk about most stuff about football.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. But
Also,
why, Paul? Can you guess why this is a happy episode? I mean, we did something. We did something.
Well, I'm gonna guess that we both made lists. We actually prepared this
made
time.
List and prepared slightly. I
Slightly.
mean, we wouldn't prepare these stories, dark
No.
sided stories, but
No,
we prepared
he
lists.
just kind of sprung it on me. I was very shocked.
Yeah.
Also,
Ooh.
I hate to go back,
Hit it with me, Paul.
but
I mean,
we have to go back to the dark because
going back to the dark side.
So the woman who plays Polly in Peaky Blinders, she was also in the Harry Potter series. She played Draco Malfoy's mother. She passed away yesterday.
Yesterday, but maybe the day before. I'm not 100% sure. And this will come out, on Monday. So she passed away recently. She had cancer.
She was Damien Lewis's wife. He's from Band of Brothers, the ginger dude. It's incredibly sad, and I was shocked to hear it because she's so young. She was fantastic in Peaky Blinders.
Fantastic. Yeah, she's not gonna be able easily to be replaced.
No.
I don't know how they're gonna end with her. I mean, I know Peaky Blinders is in coming to its final season.
Yeah, I don't know if
pretty
they
good
got
show.
all the filming done for that. I'm not entirely certain. I hope so.
Yeah, if they didn't, I mean, it's
I imagine
They find
as
a
soon
way. They'll
I
find a
imagine
way.
as soon as she found out, she informed them what was going on, and maybe they worked around that and expedited like her filming schedule, so they could get it all done so she could rest and recuperate. But unfortunately,
Cancer's a fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer, right, Paul?
yes,
Fuck cancer.
Fuck
Fucking
cancer.
pieces of shit. Cancer
yeah,
cells.
that's just
Fucking ass.
that shocked me last night.
Bitch
I apologize for going to the
Yeah, it sucks.
The-
it really
the-
sucks.
morbid part of the episode. Like,
There's some peace. She's internalized, well, not internalized. She's forever, I don't know how to say this. Immortalized, yeah, within all the acting she's done. People look back upon it. Phenomenal job.
yeah,
It's
truly.
quite sad. It really is quite sad. She was very young too, which was like
extremely. I was incredibly shocked when he told
She's
me.
one of those females that looks older than she is, and she plays older. She's a very mature woman, where
Yeah.
it seems like she's 20 years older than what she was. I wasn't 100% sure on her age, but that's all relatively young compared to what people think. But yeah, back. Okay, let's dark side. Okay, get out of the dark side. Get out of the dark side. Oh man,
That was a
just kill.
shit
Oh.
transition. Shit
Oh.
transition.
Oh, all right. Well, we just mentioned we have a list. We have lists of our favorite TV shows.
I'm sorry. I just noticed that you're still wearing short shorts. You need to get some actual.
Calm down a little bit. Showing too much thigh. Whoo!
You need to get some actual pants, man.
Shout out Short Shorts Nation.
Or
They know what's up, Paul. They know what's up. People are gonna be on my side. I swear to God.
No, I don't think so.
You're gonna be like, wow.
I don't.
I guess short shorts are back in style.
I don't think
Brought
so.
to you by Patrick Smith.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, but we did make some lists
Asaka.
of our favorite TV shows of all time. And it is so hard to narrow down to a top 10. We did a top 10, and then we're going to do some honorable mentions. And I don't want Paul and I really kind of gave a little like hint of what's on our list, but yeah, once we get to the end part of it, we won't know what's up. But we're gonna do definitely significant honorable mentions. I got like 12 honorable mentions. Well, I say a lot of TV shows. It's the golden age of television, and I think TV shows are a little bit kind of just surpassing movies. Yeah. Oh my god, my brain is going full tact, dude.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely surpassing movies because you get character development, everything growing. But I don't know. Do you want to start this list right now, Paul? Should we do it? I mean, I'm at like a 50% energy level after getting those sad little nitpicks out of the way. We could. I think we should just start, man. You're looking at it hardcore. Might as well just fucking do it, Paul. Do you want to start now? I think. Are we gonna go back to front? 10 to 1, or should we go 1 to 10? Because.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
Kind of we.
Okay, I guess 10 to 1.
Yeah, we kind of build.
Okay, so on my 10 spot, I have Master of None.
Master of None. 2 seasons.
2 seasons of
comedy in Netflix. And I don't know if he would have done more if he didn't have these. They weren't even allegations against him. It was like it was just a bad date. I mean, yeah, you have a shitty date sometimes. And Netflix was like, hey, we're open to doing more seasons. And I think he just wanted to lay low and do all this stuff. But yeah, did not make my top 10, Paul.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Did not make my top 10. I love the show. I've been watched it so much, binged so many times. 2 seasons. They have like 45-minute episodes. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great watch. I mean, go in depth a little bit about it. Go in depth.
Okay.
Why it's in your top 10, Paul? Why is it in your top 10?
Well, I made this last night.
Well, you should have prepared more, Paul. You should have prepared.
Here's why.
Give you 3 days.
Here's why, though. Okay, I feel like Deb, the character Aziz Ansari plays, is kind of just this.
You sounded like you said Deb.
Dev. Sorry. D-E-V, guys. D-E-V. Dev.
Yeah.
Is this kind of normal dude who happened to star in like a really famous commercial and is trying to get his acting career going? But his friends, the side characters, are fantastic.
Phenomenal.
So he has a friend named Arnold who was on shows that I will mention later in my list. But yeah, he's like 6'8".
No, he's like I think he's like 6'7". Maybe 6'8", dude. He's tall.
He's tall.
He's a big dude,
and they just kind of play off each other. So incredibly nice.
Yeah, all of his friends in that show play off pretty well.
And Denise, who is a lesbian, she is in the I feel like that's kind of reductive, just being like, oh, she's a lesbian.
Yeah, that's her whole personality. She's just a lesbian. I'm just fucking with you.
Well, she does the voice for the AT&T commercials. Anyway,
she's also in a movie I just watched last night, Ready Player One.
Oh yes, Ready Player One. She is H, I think.
Yep, H. I think so. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to names in movies.
But
because they go by so fast.
Yeah. She's fantastic in that.
So I mean, I can give a little comment. So he has his actual parents in the show.
Oh my god,
which is phenomenal.
So he is totally. Oh gosh, I'm not finding the word right now.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even know what you're gonna go with it. So I'm not gonna be able to find the word for you there, bud.
Oh gosh. So acclimated. I want to say acclimated to the American culture. Like speaking to him, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is an Indian dude from India.
It's like, oh, this is a guy who's born, raised, and he's full-blooded American who looks like an Indian person, because the looks of Indian. But yeah, just like any person who's migrated here. There's like second, third, fourth, fifth generation people, you know. They're like yeah, we just have different skin tone. But...
and his dad is a stereotypical Indian guy who's exactly like him except older.
Yeah,
it's quite awesome.
It's very funny. I mean, like the reason I love the show is hilarious. It's a funny show, but it also has those serious moments, and I truly like the serious tones of it, and like the kind of realism of like the dating aspect. You're like, oh, this is like what it's actually kind of like, and you're like, hey, you got some fucking crazy people, and then I don't know, it's like it kind of encapsulates like what I'm guessing New York fucking feels like, you know, to try to date in New York. And like the freedom of the city before fucking coronavirus hit.
Yeah.
God. I don't know how.
I mean, a lot of great episodes in that. A lot. I mean, it's 20 episodes, but there are a lot of memorable episodes. I mean, there's an episode where he's going through dating apps and going on multiple dates through these dating apps, and you're kind of seeing the experience of what he's going through in terms of dating and what modern dating is now. It's, you know, you find someone on an app and you swipe right or left, and like,
yeah, it's, I don't know. There's a lot, it's very bingeable.
There's one episode that I really love. I didn't necessarily like it like the first time I watched it, but the more I watch it, the more I appreciate it. I believe it's called Death Castle, and it starts out with Aziz Ansari and his crew, and then it transitions to this deaf couple and their problems and struggles through life, and then it transitions to this guy named Eddie, or no, this cab driver. Wait, I think it's
a cab driver. He's from South Africa, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And you know his struggle in life, how he's driving, he's living with like 6 roommates, and then it pretty much his struggle in life, and then pretty much circles back to Aziz Ansari when they're in the movie theater. But you know, it's nice.
Everyone that's featured in this episode. There's a guy named Eddie who's I guess a door opener.
Doorman.
Doorman.
So yeah, in New York, there's a lot of doormen. They greet to make sure, you know, packages get delivered to, because apartments. It's really, New York is a very weird spot because apartments are like, you know, like you could have a multi-million-dollar apartment and you're like, what? Like it's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You're like, that's millions of dollars, you know. So yeah, these people just they're just there for the people, you know, like if they need, you know, something.
Yes.
Yeah, like a man getting deliveries, you know, they're pretty much like a buffer between like any person that needs to like see them, and you know, it's like getting buzzed into an apartment, but having an actual person there, it's a little bit more sophisticated, a little tinny, but yeah, it goes from Eddie, you know, and into the, I guess, in deaf, you know, but whatever. It shows a nice aspect. I don't want to like dive too deep into each episode here. You know, like synopsis.
It's a nice episode. I want to talk one more episode about this before I get to 9. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It's my favorite episode.
Yeah, it's my favorite episode as well.
Yeah, it's showing Denise and Dev, so them growing up together. Every Thanksgiving. Well, not every Thanksgiving, but
they've been friends since they were young.
Just little.
Dev always spends Thanksgiving at Denise's house
because his family doesn't celebrate it.
Yeah,
it's culture, you know. Just like it's not a holiday for them.
For Muslim people, it's not anything to them. But
yeah, just there's funny aspects. There's a good feeling. Like I mean, again, the show has a lot of different feel. Like it's hilarious, but it's also serious at moments. And you know,
and this is one where they touch on serious things.
Yeah.
In regards to again, we don't want to spoil.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to dive too deep into it. So I'm gonna hit you with mine. I understand why it's in your top 10. Listen, these are subjective lists, you know, like this is what we like, and I mean we just want to kind of toss it out there, you know, just like, hey, check this out. But at number 10, and this is a relatively new show, only 1 season, and it's Euphoria. I love you. I mean,
Wow.
it's modern day. You know, it's hitting.
Wow.
Listen, whoa,
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just.
don't hate-
It's a very good show. I'm not
No, it's
saying,
a phenomenal show.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's kind of hitting. It's very modern. It has a very nice feel to it. I mean, the characters in the show are awesome. I mean, it's kind of like the best real like look you have at like drugs as a teenager. You're like, oh hey, this is pretty legit. Like, oh hey, like I'm just gonna take this. It's just very modern, very realistic. I like the show. One of the main characters is she's a trans woman, and I mean she's gorgeous. She's a I don't know. I mean, and the main character is in love, and I don't want to like go too deep into anything. You know, this is why I don't want to spoil anything. But I mean, it's a phenomenal show. I love even the way it's shot. You know, and
it's very trippy.
It's very real.
It's very trippy. High.
One of the main characters, he does a phenomenal American accent. He's Australian, and I would never have guessed it. When you hear him talk, hello, hi, like dingo babies, you know. But no, phenomenal show. It's only one season, and it had two episodes. I'm guessing were shot during coronavirus.
Yeah,
and it's just the two main characters and kind of what's going on. And I really do like those episodes too. You know, but
I haven't yet watched those.
Yeah, but it's definitely on multiple seasons. But yeah, just it has a very realistic portrayal of like drugs with teenagers, and I mean shot for Gen Z, baby. But I mean we're Gen Y, but we're at the border,
Millennials all day. We were never supposed to grow old. Like, whatever. It's cool.
Paul sings forever young again. Demonetized. No, it's just not. We're not getting monetized anyway, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
I like 0.0 views, but so you want to hit your number 9, Paul?
Yeah, you're gonna hate me.
Okay.
You're gonna hate me. My number 9 is The Wire. Yeah. You're gonna hate me. So, I'm assuming this is on your list. It's got to be on your list.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah. The reason it's 9 for me is because, I mean, I love every one on my list, and I can't say The Wire. I've watched The Wire once, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a really hard show to rewatch. It's hard watchability. So without diving too deep into it, I mean, we can give a little hearsay. But
it had a young Michael B. Jordan in it.
Yeah, young. I mean,
young.
It's giving a look at like these inner city like gangs, and it's kind of like the first. This is actually, I mean, it's really cultural, but it apparently was the first look suburban white people had of what it's like kind of growing up in like
less affluent areas.
Yeah, exactly, and like drug violence, and yeah, I mean it's pretty on T. It's hard hitting, and it goes in different ways. So it starts off, you're first in like less affluent area with it's more black people, and then it goes kind of goes to less affluent white people,
Yeah.
and they're different type of gangs, and then it goes back, and it's kind of encompasses everything. It's a really long show. I don't know how many seasons.
I believe 5 and 13 episodes per.
Yeah, and they're hour each. Yeah, and I mean,
so
it is a hard. I cried so hard at fucking watching that show. Yeah, it's kind of giving also a look at how policing's done, like how actually like policing was done and is done.
It's very relevant right now.
Yeah,
considering everything that happened in Minnesota, and there was another shooting recently.
Yeah, a female officer you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, she mistook their taser for her gun, and everyone, she's getting a lot of hate. She's really dumb, but I think it's another little conversation about how trained these officers are, because I don't think she was intending to actually shoot someone. But this is a whole debated topic, completely off subject. But Yeah, it.
I was just talking the cultural relevance of
Yeah,
the show.
I mean,
mentioned
yeah.
at 9.
Yeah, how
Which-
cops interact with these gang members. They can't just arrest, but they know they're doing illegal activities. Also, drug use, like the first realistic look at drug use. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, how it actually affects your life. And I mean, it gets towards the later seasons. You're like, fuck.
Alcoholism.
And then how a lack of a fluent, or even just a lack of like parental guidance at a young age, can lead to like a terrible life,
Yeah.
like that's the later seasons, and that's kind of the sadder part. And it's such a good show.
And then understanding that the gang leaders don't necessarily stay in power for long, and it kind of explores that.
Yep. And shout out Idris Elba. I think that was his,
bell.
yeah, I think that was his breakout show. He had the fake. A little nitpick we'll end on. He had to fake his American accent the whole time when he was auditioning and even talking to the cast members, because he didn't want them to not hire him because they thought he was British.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do a really good British accent, but he talked to the.
Please
the
don't
show
ever
producer.
try that again.
I talk like this. I don't know.
I literally just asked you not to.
You
can't even give me leeway on that.
No.
I've accepted the fact that you're gonna wear short
so
shorts.
he had to talk to the showrunner in an American accent, and so he did this in front of them the whole time. And it was like 6 months into after he was getting hired or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on this, but he finally was like, I'm British, and then he talked in his normal accent, but he didn't want to lose this role, because he knew like how good it was going to be, and it was phenomenal for his career.
Yeah,
and he is hands down one of the most sexy men alive.
I mean, he's ripped.
Yeah,
it's
he's
kind of
yoked.
scary.
He's a British dude, and he's black. He's
kinda
got everything
scary.
going for him. He's
Yeah.
literally has everything going for him.
I'm pretty sure his name like Sexiest Man Alive like 3 consecutive
Yeah,
years.
it's like it's gonna be like 20 consecutive years. Like black don't crack dog. Like it's fucked. All right. Well, I mean, that's your number 9.
Yeah.
My number 9 is a show you kind of mentioned, actually a part of it. Band of Brothers, a single season, is based in World War II. It's a story of a company, company.
Yes.
And they're starting from going to World War II, and then you have actual the members of company, of the actors, portraying the role, but you have like actual members of company talking like beforehand, or like before episode starts, they'll
Describing the events of
it's
what you're about to see take place, and what it was kind of like. Not necessarily always like what's in the episode, but like mostly what's in the episode. I mean, some would just experience, some were just feelings like, how did you feel during this, or how did you feel during this moment in history?
Hey, we're going here. Like this is the whole mood and everything like that. It's just giving you a kind of overview. But I mean, fuck, it is. I mean, another one of those hard shows to watch. You kind of get invested in characters, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's been out for a while. But it's a phenomenal show, and even like looking at the aspects of like what war is, like just like the whole brutality of it. It's kind of a long
crazy thing. I'm so sorry. I just want to make
search up
sure.
But yeah, it's just one of the shows. It's kind of showing just the problems with war, is like how it affects your mind. Like you're looking at a person, you're like, how is this person different from me? Yeah, it's just, it is it's very well put together. It's like a Steven Spielberg. It's literally Saving Private. Imagine the level.
Tom
of
Hanks was a producer on this.
Yeah, imagine the level of Saving Private Ryan in a TV show that's 8 episodes long, an hour a piece, which is it's actually, such a good
10.
show.
Actually, it's 10.
It's 10 episodes.
Yes.
So yeah, hour a piece, but
so the craziness about this is this premiered September 8th. Wait, hold on. September 9th, 2001. So the first two episodes premiered September 9th, 2001.
Right before 9/11.
Yes, right before 9/11. They were kind of iffy about putting out that third episode, but they decided we have to do it.
Yeah.
And I think the world is better for it because it's a phenomenal miniseries. HBO really does have great content.
Really, I mean, they're the stars of prime entertainment, And I mean, I think Netflix is kind of catching up to like the grittiness of HBO, like the showing the realism.
Yeah,
but
we'll mention some of those in the honorable mention.
There's definitely a lot of HBO shows on our list because I mean they know what's up. But I mean, if you want to drop to number 8, we can do that.
Okay, so my number 8, and you might really hate me for this, The Sopranos.
Oh my land!
Yeah, it's 8.
Dude.
It's 8.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn. I love The Sopranos. I mean,
I love it too.
I get it. It's so hard. I love The Sopranos so much. Tony Soprano. I mean, the first openly protagonist that we have in the show. Really?
I mean, literally, we start with him running over this guy, and he's just angrily, "Give me my fucking money!" Like,
yeah,
like
you're like
what?
you're rooting for this person.
You're like, what? This is the guy we're supposed to empathize with. Like what?
Yeah. His demeanor in the show. I mean, so when they pitch the show, they're like, "Hey, this this mob boss is going to therapy and having panic attacks," and people are like, "What?" They're like, "What?" And then when they start to show it, you're like, "Oh shit! Okay. It's pretty great." I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but the way it ends is a lot of people didn't like it. I mean, I think it was okay.
Brilliant.
I think it was very okay. I'm not gonna say
it was brilliant. No, it was brilliant.
Paul really liked it, but I understand. Why. Afterwards, why it was, but watching it, yeah, I did like the ending, but I understand why people didn't. But I mean, such a phenomenal, the characters in the show. I mean, you want to just be Italian after watching the show. You're like, I want to be in the fucking mob. I want to fucking, and it's I mean, one of the best aspects of the show is they're kind of developing through times where forensic evidence is getting better, and so so these people are getting
more clever in terms of their actions.
Yeah, I mean, and they're also getting trapped from murders from 20 years ago, and they're like, dude,
yeah,
we didn't bury that guy. But like, why'd you bury him there, you dumb fuck? Like, oh yeah, but yeah, it's. I mean, culturally, it's one of the biggest shows ever. I mean, we have some shows coming up. I know that that are the culturally biggest shows of their generations, and The Sopranos was the biggest. And I didn't watch it when it was first out because we were in fucking middle school, elementary to middle school.
It was
What?
No. When it first came out, it was 1999. We were like 6.
Imagine us trying to watch that. Holy shit! Just imagine some of the scenes trying to watch that.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh my god.
But yeah, we were young as fuck.
Yeah.
But I went into middle school, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I went until 2007.
Yeah, we were in middle school when it ended. I remember them talking about the ending. I was like, this show it sounds pretty stupid. Everyone hates the ending. And I was like, I'm never going to watch it. And then I ended up watching it, and a few years later, I was like, wow, I understand why this was such a big show. I feel bad for like kids that are kind of growing up now because they're not like some of them will watch the show but a lot of them will be turned off because like the cell phones, like they didn't grow up with a fucking flip phone or even before that like a brick phone, and so they can be like, this is stupid,
this is so old, man.
Yeah. And so I mean it's really sad. We do have a few I'm guessing on the list that are similar to that. There's like outdated technology in it, but like God. Fuck, dude, that's not the meat and potatoes of the show. But if that turns you off, man, that's sad. But yeah, honestly,
if that turns you off, you don't deserve to watch The Sopranos.
Yeah,
I've said it.
Exactly.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah, and I mean, fuck. I can't even think of his name right now. Tony Soprano, the actor.
Oh, James Gandolfini.
James Gandolfini. he did such a phenomenal job in that role.
Yeah.
And all I've heard about him is he is the nicest person you've ever met. He's gracious.
What was it's so sad. 51 years old.
Yeah, heart attack
in Spain. At least I mean he was in Spain.
Yeah,
but
just completely different from the role he played, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck, he did.
Ida Falco was fantastic too.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Yeah.
personified everything. Everything about a mob wife. That all those tropes are just there for her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, you just go on all the actors and actresses. There's the movie is getting filmed. I know Coco Joey Diaz is in the Sopranos movie where James Gandolfini's son is actually playing a young Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'm really hopeful that's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. But I mean, fuck, one of the best shows ever. I mean, it is 8 on your list. Number 8 on my list.
I'm thinking of shows that I didn't even put in my honorable mentions. I'm like, damn. I wish I had.
I have a lot, so hopefully I touch on them, and maybe I touch on them in my top 10.
Yeah.
Ozark.
Wow.
We haven't even finished Ozark yet.
Haven't finished Ozark. I really when I was looking at this, I was like, have we seen the conclusion?
You haven't seen the conclusion, so it's a hard top 10 to put that in. Even at 8, I mean, God, it is a good show. I mean, listen, there's a lot of good character development in the show, and I can't. There's a few acting flaws. I'm like, like I don't think Jason Bateman's good at acting at getting tortured. He did a terrible job at getting tortured. Terrible job. I mean, I love Jason Bateman. He's a phenomenal. He's doing a phenomenal job in this role. But him getting tortured, I didn't believe it. Him getting there's a part where he gets his toenails ripped out. And he's like, motherfucker. I'm like, dude, you be like fucking. Yeah. Like he could definitely get it more. But yeah, it's just it's really hard to look at yourself and see like how you'd actually react to that situation, you know. But I've seen some like there's some torture scenes where you're like, oh, this actually seems like this person's getting tortured. Or,
okay, let's set the stage. So Jason Bateman is a financial advisor who is washing money for the second largest mob in Mexico.
Yeah, cartel.
Yeah,
the cartel.
Cartel.
Yeah, and I mean, I put it on because of a lot of the acting. I mean, it's like a great show. I want to see how it ends, but a lot of the acting, and honestly, I've talked about this.
Laura fucking Linney.
Phenomenal job. And this is why searching shit up is so nice, but I cannot think. The actor who plays Ben in the show, I mean, fuck, dude. That is that third season is phenomenal. And I think, I mean, they're ending it, and it's going to be a 4th season, and they're going to split it into 2, and, you know, they're going to release 7 episodes, and then 7 episodes, you know, but it's going to be like a you know, a split season 4. You get a little yawny there, Paul. You get a little yawny. I'm pumped.
Sorry,
Paul.
Sorry.
I'm pumped.
We're
getting trudging down this list, Paul.
I know.
But I really have a good a high hope that Ozark is going to end very well. And I think Jason Bateman's he's a great director. He is great. I mean, I don't think he's directing any episodes.
I don't think it's possible to not end it well.
Yeah. I mean, from the take they all have on the show, I think. I can't even think of her name, but she plays Ruth. I mean, fuck, I don't know shit about Hook. Yeah. She's doing a phenomenal job in that role. Phenomenal. She's a very intelligent hillbilly who, she's a hillbilly, but you know, she's very competent. She's very competent, and she works her way up pretty much in Jason Bateman's realm, and she's making a significant living, you know, and she's doing it pretty well, and
being kind of his
right hand woman.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I
don't want to give too much, but fuck, dude, this is such a good show, and I think it's going to end very, very well, and it's going to be very pleasing. Would you like to drop to number 7, Paul?
Okay. This one kind of, I guess, is cheating, but not really.
Cheating.
It's South Park.
Woo!
Yeah, it's South Park.
Okay, I mean, you can go off a little bit.
Okay, so recently, in the last like, I don't know, 7-8 years or so. They've been doing 10-episode seasons, and it's all just culturally relevant. And if you guys don't know, Trey Parker and Matt Stone are hardcore conservatives, but they see the ridiculousness within
Politics.
Within politics
On
and
both sides.
extreme, yes, on both sides, and extreme conservatives, and how it's kind of moving towards that, and how they kind of want to keep it centered. So they're critiquing everything from Mitch McConnell to Donald Trump to really anything. It's quite hilarious. If you enjoy just, I guess it's satire. It's not necessarily parody, because it does have a point. I mean, there's an episode where this. Oh my god! So recently, this character named Strong Woman, they have PC Principal and Strong Woman, who's his girlfriend and mother of his children, but they can't tell anyone that those are his children because she's a strong woman, and she enters a strong woman competition, and usually she wins because she's very athletic, but in this particular episode, a Randy Savage looking motherfucker walks in, and he apparently is transgender, which I have nothing against transgender people, but in sports it's a different thing. And I don't mean to say that women are less athletic than men, because quite frankly they're not.
Definitely are, but you know.
You say that to Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, she'd knock me the fuck out.
She'd knock you the fuck out.
She'd knock me the fuck out.
She'd knock you the fuck out.
But there's definitely a lot of
But there's like this gap. And
yeah,
they kind of
touch on it.
Yes.
But yeah, so my whole point with South Park is that it does kind of show modern day stuff and how ridiculous everything is, and it's, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you this right now, it's not my top 10.
Yeah, I know.
Because listen, the cultural relevance of the show is
it has
huge.
So many quotable lines.
Yeah, it's I mean, this show literally will go on until Trey Stone and Matt Parker are like, oh yeah, we're dying, and they're like, okay.
No, until they decide like, hey, we don't want to do this anymore.
They're very intelligent. They're hilarious.
I think this show can be personified with one word, and it's Stan. Stan.
Yeah. I mean,
but I honestly feel like Trey Parker bullies Matt Stone, because I mean, Trey Parker plays Eric Cartman, and if you don't know Eric Cartman, he's a narcissistic psychopath.
Imagine what he's pretty much Donald Trump. That's how I look at him.
Yeah. Except he's done a lot more extreme things.
Yeah. I think Donald Trump is more of a saint than Eric Cartman would be.
Yeah. But he voices, Trey Parker voices Eric Cartman, and Butters, who's really like who's a bitch.
Yeah.
Really,
he gets pushed over and everything like that.
He's the Toby, the Jerry, the whatever of South Park, and he's voiced by Matt Stone, and Trey Parker as Eric Cartman just lays into Matt Stone's Butters so often. And Butters is the person who should most scare you in that show. I feel like Butters is the most honestly disturbed character in that show, because he does some things that are utterly crazy. I mean, he's the villain. He's Professor Chaos. It's 20. I think we're on 23 seasons and 2 specials.
It's gonna keep going.
Right now.
It's too good, and I mean they have such a
If
nice way to look at things where they make it hilarious, and you're like, oh, this is how stupid people are, and this is what society's turning into. It's such a great look at life. It's honestly it's like, I know it's a comedy show. It's very satire humor, I guess, but it is such an artistic, fucking beauty of a thing.
I want to talk about a couple of scenes that I really loved. So there's an episode where they TP their teacher's house, and they think they're going to prison. So Cartman takes Kyle, who Trey Stone and Matt Parker, respectively. Wait. Oh my God, I said Trey Stone and Matt Parker. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, respectively, for Eric Cartman and Kyle Blavatsky. I can't pronounce anything right now.
Okay.
But Eric takes Kyle out to Starch Pond. Takes him out to quote unquote whack him with a whip-a-ball bat. He's like,
staring at him. What are you doing? I'm trying to kill you.
Won't be long now, cat. Oh my God, it's amazing. And the second one is kind of a sadder episode, but it's an utterly hilarious moment. Carmen's trying to get funding for stem cell research, or allowing stem cell research to continue to save Kenny, who always dies. Well, not always, but dies a lot.
And he's dying this episode.
He's dying in this episode. He needs stem cells to save his life, and he goes before Congress and sings Asia's "The Heat of the Moment," and it's so awesome. And
I don't want to sing it, but yeah, I mean, it's such a nice moment.
I mean, there are so many more that I can't even mention.
It has such like iconic moments, but yeah, it's just
if you have a big bag of weed and time to kill, just start,
because everything's better.
Episode 1, season 1. HBO Max.
So we're now on my number 7, and we already talked about it, but I put number 7 as The Wire. The Wire at number 7. I just think I put it at 7 just because of the unbingeability of it. Because I cannot binge that show. It's a hard one to binge. First of all, it's very sad, and second of all, it's very dated, So it's like nothing. Just like there's not. We're gonna get shows later, but it's hard. It's like you have. I like the comedic aspects, or like even like the. I don't know. It's hard to explain why it's not bingeable, but it's definitely a show to watch every 2 years, every 3 years, or 4 years, But it's not like, oh, I'm gonna watch this like maybe twice in a year. Like, no, that's not happening. But if you want to drop onto your number 6, because I mean I hope you don't say. I think I'm gonna say my number 6 before you say yours, because I know my 6 is in your top 10.
Okay. Boardwalk Empire.
Well, we just touched tips, baby. Boardwalk Empire, my number 6. Holy fuck.
This
Holy fuck.
We didn't talk about this.
We did not talk about this
beforehand. Yeah. So okay. So Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, a pretty much a comedic actor, at that point.
I mean,
he's had some slightly serious roles, but not. I mean, I don't.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Fargo.
Yeah, but I growing up, I knew him as a comedic, like a comedic actor, and like Cross Eyes or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Mr.
I mean,
Deeds. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a show based in 1920, and it starts the night before Prohibition begins, and it's describing bootleggers. Now, Steve Buscemi plays Enoch Nucky Thompson. He's called Nucky. And it kind of shows the rise of political machines. Now, what I mean by political machines is the mob. This is the early formulation of the mob. You can't have drinks anymore. What's going to happen? Someone's going to supply those drinks. Who's going to supply those drinks? Enoch Nucky Thompson.
Dude.
And it's it's an amazing episode because a series rather. Well, the first episode's an amazing episode because it's directed by Martin Scorsese. Yeah. He's a producer on this.
Yeah, I think the first episode's great. I think the first season is a little slow to get off, but once you get off,
I mean,
you're in the sky, baby.
it's a slow
It's a really
burning,
slow
and
burn.
there are so many down moments, but the moments when it picks up,
Yeah. And
oh my god,
those little hints you get, a little foreshadowing, and I mean, oh, it's just just thinking about it right now, just all the shit that's happened in that show is just fucking crazy. It is, I mean, it features Al Capone, it's like a version, I guess, of Al Capone, but like, it's Al Capone, and
a lot of famous mobsters actually
yeah.
from the early 1920s: Benny Siegel, Lucky Luciano, Meyer
Uh,
Lansky, very young versions of these people,
yeah,
and
very young, with
very young
starting in
for Benny Siegel especially.
You have the adults they're in power, and then you have the kids, the young bucks that are coming up, and it's kind of them taking the
Johnny Torrio, you got
power away.
yeah.
I want to. There's two actors that like don't have they're not really the largest roles in the show, but I mean, I know the one that I'm going to talk about. The other one is Arnold Rothstein, and I can't think of his name. But
Michael Strasberg.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Arnold Rothstein.
Yeah, so he, I mean, actual person, but the man who played him did a phenomenal job with him. I mean, just
wonderful.
Woo! And oh god,
the idiosyncrasies are just kind of frightening.
Yep, very intelligent person. And then obviously, I mean, we talked about him. We talked about him in our single season, the best actor in a single season.
Oh yeah, Bobby Clemente playing Gipperzetti. The
Gyp
third season
Rosetti.
is by far the best season. There are 5 seasons, and they're all phenomenal. But the third season is like, you don't know if people you love are gonna die. you don't know. You're like, by the time it gets to the 11th episode, you're like, oh my god, shit's going down right now. Shit is absolutely going down right now, and it's utterly insane. And
yeah, just I mean,
please watch it.
Yeah, you have the whole character development, and then the character's dying, and I forgot. I even completely. Oh my god, I can't even believe you forgot this name, Paul. Oh boy, the one. And I don't know if he's a single season because I don't think he is.
Jimmy?
No. You know what I'm gonna say, Paul. Come on.
It's not Jimmy?
No, the most heartbreaking fucking part in that fucking show, Paul.
Owen.
Nope.
No?
Paul. The most heartbreaking thing in that fucking show. This is like I have chills right now thinking about it, Paul. Paul, I need you to guess this. I need you to guess this because the fact that you're not remembering this right now is you're gonna be so upset with yourself. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna be upset with myself. Just tell me.
You got this, Paul. You got this, Paul. Come on, dig deep, baby. Dig deep.
It's been like
I can't listen. I'm having trouble with his name right now. Nope, I'm not having trouble with his name. I have his name in my brains.
Yeah, I know who you say.
Richard. Holy shit. Richard. Oh my god. I don't think he's one season.
No, he's not a one season.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
He gets to the. I think it's the 3rd season.
I think it might be
the 4th.
Yeah, I think it's the 4th. It's very close. It's the end of a season.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't spoil it. It's some of the saddest thing, one of the most honorable, integral people, I don't want to spoil anything. Watch the fucking show.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Your heart will fucking break. God. My boy Richard. Paul.
Since I spoiled your number 6.
Paul. I mean, I'll go my number 5 because we already talked about it. It's the Sopranos. Again, just I have a number 5 just because the top 4 just hitters. Just hitters, dude.
Yeah.
Just hitters. I mean, fuck. I cannot say enough good things about the show. I mean, if you're even, if you're in your early 20s, or even in your like late teens, fucking watch the show. I know the technology's not up to date, but fucking watch the show.
Just watch it.
It's so fucking
Just watch it.
It's so fucking good.
Every
All right.
show that we mentioned, please watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally every show we're going to mention. I mean, I even got my hitters on the end, but I mean, our honorable mentions. We'll do a little side talk and a little quick 2 minutes or less on those bitches.
yeah.
But I mean, if you want to jump to number 6, Paul.
5, man.
I mean, number 5. My apologies.
It's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Nine-Nine!
Not even in my honorable mentions. I mean, it's a good show, but I just like it's cool.
I can judge. I judge a show on. Sometimes it's rewatchability, and this is one show that I finished watching, and I was like, I want to watch it again because it's phenomenal. It's hilarious. It stars Andy Samberg as Detective Jake Peralta. It also stars Melissa Fumero as Amy Santiago, and Andre Bauer, who is in his first comedic. He's a Juilliard dramatically taught actor in his first comedic role, playing the amazing Captain Raymond Holt, who is my favorite character in that show.
A very, very nice character. I mean, I've watched it. I haven't watched the newer season.
Season.
100%. Yeah.
This season. But Terry Jeffords as Sergeant. Terry Holt is Sergeant Terry Jeffords. God, sorry. But it's fantastic. It's hilarious, and there are so many moments. The cold openings are utterly brilliant, and I can't explain. You have to watch it. If you haven't seen it, you're like, oh, maybe I'll watch like a compilation of the funniest moments. You can't because you don't understand the characters. You can't understand the characters.
See, now my whole aspect. I watched the show one time, and I liked it. It was fun. It was funny. There were some nice episodes, but I just even thought of another show. God damn.
Yeah. I have like several, but I'm so sad that I didn't put one of these on here. Like no more than I think about it, but like I couldn't.
Yep. That's think about a top 10, but I mean I think it's a good show. There's definitely some binge watchability of it. I think the thing I didn't like is I don't know why I didn't connect with the characters that much. I think that's the reason why I don't like it as much as you do. I don't know why I just don't connect with them. I'm just I don't know. It's alright, dude. It's a cool show, but it's not gonna be near my top 10 ever, never. I mean, there's some funny aspects of it, but it's never gonna be in the top 10. I'm breaking your heart right now. I'm breaking fucking Paul's heart right now.
Yeah.
Paul, but this is his fucking number 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. I hope we don't have the same number 4. I think I told you my number 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do.
Oh, we do?
Maybe. No, we definitely don't.
We definitely don't.
We definitely don't. What's your 5?
My 5 was The Sopranos. That's what we talked.
Oh, I thought 4. Okay. What's your 4?
Yeah, so we're moving on to 4. And it's a newer show, and it hasn't ended. And it is Black Mirror. Black Mirror. Let that settle in for you. A number 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. I've never been really blown away by a show. Like, the originality of a show, first of all. I think the thing I initially picked up on, I think is really kind of the connection, is the base around technology. But I mean, I've never been more depressed.
It's really an indictment of our society.
Yeah, and it's I've never been more depressed by a show in my life, and that makes it so fucking good. I don't know how to describe how that makes it so good, but it's dude. It's so original. Different episodes. There's only one episode that has tie-ins really to the rest of the episodes, but really you can watch the show in like fucking any order.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck, I mean, there's some dark moments, and then there's some fucking ecstatic, high dopamine, fucking amazing, happy moments, and then you just get crushed.
Yeah.
You gotta cleanse the palate every once in a while with a happy moment when you're fucking very, very depressing.
I remember walking in your room the first time you watched Shut Up and Dance, like at the tail end of it, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I realized how big of a moment that was when I watced it myself. Dude, I was like, I so regret walking into his room.
These fucking moments, I mean, it's just I just want to point out a few episodes. I'm not trying to try to go too deep, and I'm not spoiling any of these fucking things. If you haven't watched it, you watched the fucking show. But Shut Up and Dance, that was a phenomenal episode.
Hang the DJ is my favorite episode.
I love Hang the DJ. It's not my favorite episode. Crocodile is my favorite episode.
Oh my god!
No, actually, Shut Up and Dance is my favorite episode. I like Crocodile a lot. White Christmas is a phenomenal episode.
John Hamm, though.
John Hamm.
Sorry, didn't mean to spoil that.
No, I mean,
but there's John Hamm.
John Hamm's in it. They have a lot of different. I mean,
it's not even
actors.
casual Ham. It's just John Hamm.
Just John Hamm. And there's a lot more I'm missing. I mean, I liked Metalhead, and a lot of people didn't like it.
A lot of people didn't like it.
I like it. That's coming one day, I think. MIT, baby, get MIT media. Stop your doing your shit, dog. But yeah, I mean, one of the most original shows you'll ever watch. I cannot emphasize it enough. You need to watch that show. And watch Bandersnatch. It's a very nice. Paulsy didn't watch Bandersnatch.
I haven't watched Bandersnatch.
Fucking piece of shit, dude. I was so blown away when I watched it the first time. Well, not like, I mean, it's what it is, but it's a very, very nice show. I mean, I'm not trying to dive too deep into it. I know there's an episode. I'm like, oh, hey, why aren't you didn't say this episode? And I'm like, no, there's fucking one. But yeah, I mean, it gives a good. Again, this is kind of like South Park-esque, where it's not the most ridiculous, but it gives you a really good view of like watching. Okay, so one episode, I just want to just a little tangent on this. One episode is it reminds me of watching The Mask and just the fakeness behind it, and just
the Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer. Sorry, my bad. But like the fakeness behind it, and just like, oh, hey, we're just like a bunch of like, oh, it's just depressing. It's just depressing.
That stars the same guy who was in Jordan Peele's Get Out.
Yep. British man. British.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we what with the British men? They're killing it. They're looking good. They're doing everything. I don't know, but yeah, he did a phenomenal job in that.
It also has
I don't like the first.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Ooh, I can't think of most hated in the nation. That's the episode I was thinking of.
Oh my god. Okay, so that stars. She's also Kelly McDonald is also in Boardwalk Empire.
She did a phenomenal job in Boardwalk Empire too.
Yes,
I didn't mention her, but fuck.
But she's Irish actress.
That's one of those episodes you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just such an original show. You need to watch it. Different episodes. Just, I mean, I think the one I didn't like was the pig episode, which is like technically the first one. You don't have to watch anything in order besides Black Mirror. Or no, not Black Mirror. Black Museum. My apologies. Black Museum. Watch that episode last, just because it has connections with the other episodes. And
references.
Yeah, just references. It's nothing like, oh hey, this. I need to know this. Like you can watch it first, but then you won't later. You won't be like, oh hey, this is this or this is this. But I mean, do you want to jump into your number 4?
Oh yeah, I desperately want to. So I don't know how to phrase this. I thought that there's never going to be a better opening scene than in my number 4 show, and I don't think there's ever going to be another opening scene that's going to be better than my number 4 show, and it's The Newsroom. It stars Jeff Daniels. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
It's a one clip you can watch on one clip you can watch on YouTube, and that's
don't look at me. Okay, so this is created by Aaron Sorkin, and it's still incredibly relevant. It was made in 2012, and it's based on what happens in the newsroom, and they go through real life events and how a newsroom actually deals with these real life events as they're unfolding. And Jeff Daniels is the anchor in this newsroom, and he's the top guy at ACN, this fictional news organization that's headed by Jane Fonda. It has a guy from Law and Order. His name is Jack. His name in the show is Jack Gary or something like that. But Sam Watterson, I believe. Phenomenal. It's incredibly funny. Please watch it. But that opening scene is just it's an indictment of America. It's an indictment of everything that Americans believe, that we're the best. We're better than any other country, everything. And we're the standard. And he just, in about 4 minutes, obliterates that notion that we are somehow better than the rest of the world. And Jeff Daniels is brilliant, fellow Michigander.
Shout out, wearing Michigan colors right now.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're wearing a lime green shirt. Let me get back to the newsroom. It's incredibly funny, made by Aaron Sorkin. Witty as fuck. Please, it's 26 episodes. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. But I think we should get to number 3 because I think we had the same number 3 if you did the same thing as me. Or maybe we didn't. Maybe we combined.
Yeah. We did the same thing.
Okay, so we did The Office.
We gotta do this again.
We did The Office / Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
I want to say The Office is first in my opinion, and then Parks and Rec because I watched it first, but it might not be the same with you. They are both bingeable shows. I mean, I've watched them so many fucking times. It's ridiculous.
It's
hilarious. Cold opens, the fucking best. Some of the best acting I've ever seen. The reason why The Office is over Parks and Rec for me is because of Steve Carell and the acting ability he did with that character and just the way he did it. I mean, it's phenomenal. You believe this guy is who he actually is. His whole face gestures, everything like that. The highs and lows of the show. I mean, it literally still even makes. I'm watching it right now. It makes me giggle. Parks and Rec, the same thing. It makes me giggle. It's just it doesn't make me giggle as much as The Office, and like it's just like that's why it's not but they're both phenomenal shows. I mean, fuck. And pretty much like the same teams make them, like the same. It's a lot of like transferred over,
Yeah, a lot of people who worked on The Office went to Parks and Recreation, and some of the people who worked on both The Office and Parks and Recreation, Michael Schur,
yeah, who plays Mose,
wrote something that I'm going to talk about in the honorable mentions, but he co-wrote Brooklyn Nine-Nine with a guy named Dan Gore, who worked on Parks and Recreation, and so Nine-Nine is on my list.
Yeah, and I mean,
they are brilliant writers, incredibly funny. I
really can't say enough about these shows. I mean, I just love them so much. Like, it's so heartfelt.
Cerebral does a fantastic job of conveying what Michael's thinking. Yeah. And you know exactly what Michael's thinking all the time.
Yeah. Because it's just like
they replay all these episodes on multiple networks, and I was watching briefly the one where they have a dinner party at David Wallace's house, and Michael and Jan are coming out formally as a couple.
Just watched it.
Yeah. And oh god, Michael just immediately is like, Jan is my lover. Like, out of the blue, not even, no subtle, like, oh.
Dude, I mean, literally, The Office it makes me giggle so much, dude. It I giggle like a fucking school kid, dude. I'm like, oh my god. There's just little moments here and there. They're like, from Michael saying some ridiculous thing, and it cuts to Stanley's face, just saying there like, what the? Are you fucking kidding? Like it's I don't know. It's just a lot of things. Fuck, I don't know. It's just every fucking character I think in The Office is just fucking hilarious. And Parks and Rec is just more like wholesome for me.
Yeah,
and like it's like a little bit. I love how Amy Poehler, did her shit. Like if
Amy Poehler is a type A personality, if there ever was one.
Yeah.
They broke the mold.
Yeah, if she was an actual person Leslie Knope is an actual person, I'd vote for her for president. And
yes, truly.
Yeah. And Ron Swanson / Nick Offerman, the actor. He did a phenomenal job, very quotable. Aziz Ansari is hilarious in that show. Chris Pratt, an underrated comedic value in that show. I mean,
it's hard to believe now because Chris Pratt's like everyone knows who Chris Pratt is, but like he's this dopey like
toe ballish type of like, oh yeah, and I like the way he starts. I don't think he was supposed to have a permanent role because it's like and guest starring Chris Pratt, but then like I think he just won over the hearts of fucking everyone. And it's just like, yeah, we need him on the show.
Do you know the episode where he walks in Anne's house and he's naked? He's fully naked.
Yeah. He's like, I want you, like, get you back, or
Yeah. He did that.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, without them knowing. Yeah,
any of them knowing. So Amy Poehler's genuine look of, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? Is genuine because she didn't like. He's actually naked. Gets a conversation from the higher ups at NBC, but they couldn't fire him because he's awesome.
I think we should do honorable mentions just before number 1 and 2 because we both know ours and everything like that. I'm just gonna go down my list right now. The Killing, phenomenal show. Netflix had to fucking hold it above water, keep it from fucking drowning just to finish the show.
I mean,
phenomenal. Fucking watch it. I can't even
finish on the 3rd season. That would have been just.
I think it's gonna be on AMC Plus because it's not on Netflix right now. It's very sad it's on Netflix, but it is what it is. South Park, we already talked about it. It's on my honorable mention. Shameless. I love the grittiness, the realness of being very fucking poor and having those fucking real true emotions. I love it. I think it's dragging on a little too much. They're gonna end it. But I mean, just great actors, great actresses.
I think it's done though.
Yeah, it's just I just think it dragged down a little too much. Even like it should have ended at like season 7 or like 8 or like something like. It's not like where it is right now. True Detective, 3 seasons. Haven't watched the 3rd season, so I didn't put it on my list. But fuck, the first season's phenomenal. I love the second season too. Woo! The fucking Fargo first season. Again, we can say that first season fucking amazing.
Second season it's pretty good too.
Second season pretty fucking good. 3rd season haven't watched it yet. Succession, you haven't watched the 2nd season. Phenomenal show. I think it's gonna be a great fucking show. I can't wait to see where that goes. That's why it's not on the list. Chernobyl, one of the most depressing shows I've ever watched in my life.
I have not seen that miniseries yet.
Whoo! Oh, it is such a rocking. Like it's super sad. It's like, oh hey, this is what it is, but it's such well acted. It's just a phenomenal, great miniseries. I'm gonna speak another miniseries in a sec. Sons of Anarchy. I cannot. It's so hard to like. That's I mean, there's aspects of why it couldn't be in my top 10, but I mean, fuck is
great ending, great symbolism with the crows flying away at the end, representing the fallen. I don't want to spoil it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta watch the show. Yeah. It's really good. The Night of, another great 1-season show. Good
miniseries. Yeah.
One miniseries. HBO. Just showing you the effects of prison, and that's pretty much all I'll say about it. It's a quick watch. I mean, 1 season, nothing too crazy, not multiple seasons or anything like that. But it's definitely something to watch. And Paul has not watched this, and I've told him to watch it multiple times. And I put it on the list just because there's some stuff with it. Sharp Objects. Woo! Is a very odd show.
I still don't.
A very odd show, and I mean, I cannot spoil anything for you, but fuck, it is very interesting. And I left one out, and this is what I thought of. Community.
Man. Yeah,
nice characters. I like them. I mean, fuck, it's just a good show. Just a good show to watch.
Yeah,
a little bingeable. But you want to hit any of your honorable mentions that we talk about?
Yeah. So, oh gosh, so Peaky fucking Blinders.
Peaky
fucking Blinders is.
We talked about it earlier. Yeah. I mean, you want to do a quick synopsis, Paul? Synopsis.
So 1919.
No, like, hey, it's a good show.
It's okay, I'm sorry. It's a very good show, okay? It's about, again, early mob people, but in Britain. It's very...
it's like Boardwalk Empire,
kind of, yes.
The best way to describe it.
I know, Dexter.
The last season fucking fucked it.
Yeah, but...
Besides that, it's pretty good goddamn show.
I mean,
I loved it. I loved it
until
the end
of that 4th season. The end of that 4th season.
Fuck.
Wow.
God damn.
That is a great season. Oh god, I feel like there's definitely one that I wanted to mention, but I totally forgot. I'm super sad that I didn't write it down.
Yeah, you should have read it down, Paul. Look at prepared. But I don't need that list for the last one, so I think we're gonna wrap up the honorable mentions category.
Yeah.
There's definitely more shows out there.
There's definitely more shows out there
that we've
always
watched.
Keep watching.
Yeah, always just keep watching.
Oh my God! Wait, last one. Stranger Things. Haven't finished it. Hasn't ended, but watch Stranger Things. It's fantastic.
Pretty good show. I like the first season. Besides that,
Wow,
it's
you
all
guys
right.
suck.
It's alright. It's alright. All right, let's
By
move
you guys,
on.
Patrick and my sister.
well,
Dan. They haven't
Well, let's move on. I don't know who's gonna do. So Paul and I, we both know each other's top one and top two shows, and we might have talked about it before. I don't know who you want to go first. Do you want me to go first? You want me to go first? Because I think I truly have the best show. But I mean, if you want to,
You know what? Because of the divisiveness of my number one, we'll talk about my number one first.
yeah, that's why I thought it's technically number two. Okay,
No.
go ahead.
Okay. So, as a young man, at 18 years old, I was told to watch the show called Game of Thrones. Now, they just wrapped its second season. It was 2012. Again, I was 18 years old. I had hair on the top of my head then. I was looking sexy as fuck. But I remember watching that first season. I was like, this is pretty good. Like, I watched the first, episode, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then watched the second episode, I was like, yeah, I'm getting into this. By the sixth episode, when I realized, oh my god, holy shit,
Oh my god,
that person is that person's son, and not the son of the person who everyone thinks it is. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then 7 things go down, and you're like, oh, this looks like it's devolving. 8 things go down even more. It kind of spirals, and you're like, oh god, that's not good. Hopefully everything's gonna be okay. And then 9, and you're like, okay, someone's gonna stop this. Someone's coming in here. Someone's gonna stop this. TV shows don't do this. They don't do this. And then you hear that shh, and see the ravens fly, and you're just like, wait, what? I don't care what you're doing. If you have to be up in 2 hours to go to work or whatever, or you have responsibilities the next day, you're watching that 10th episode just to make sure
what happened just happened.
What happened just happened.
And I mean, you have that multiple times in the show. I mean, it's not like that. That's the significant moment where you're like, oh shit, this is a different show.
This is a different show.
And then you're like, okay, and just that. I mean, the scheming and the thing. I think the thing that the later seasons really kind of flawed upon was the dialogue. You get those first few seasons and just the dialogue between characters.
Oh yeah,
I was going to point this out, but between Varys and Littlefinger, there's a conversation they have, and I think it's the first season, I believe.
No, second
season.
Second.
Oh yeah, it is the second season. The second season,
I believe it's.
And they're back and forth.
Dark Wings.
Oh my god! Like you can't be more enthralled by fucking a conversation ever. You know, and it's just a conversation between 2 people, and you're like, oh, this is but the significance of this conversation, the wittiness between them, and I mean, there's a lot of that in the show. There's a lot of scheming. There's a lot of back and forth. You know, and
I continuously ask myself, how the hell Peter Dinklage, his character Tyrion Lannister, survives, because it just I don't mean to
spoiler alert, Paul.
God, I'm sorry. Survives as long as he does.
Yeah.
Who knows if he actually survives? I don't know. I don't know.
Paul spoiling everything, dude.
But it's like you look back on it and you're like, are you like, for every other character that would have just utterly destroyed their ability to move forward. No, they don't just get to live in this life and no. But somehow he comes out pretty much unscathed. Pretty much. I mean, the Blackwater. Oh my god. I must have watched the first 2 seasons at least a dozen times.
Yeah, I watched them a few times, but after like when we're progressing through seasons, you rewatch the whole series before the next season comes out. So and then even then you watch it again.
I'd like to say that. Oh God, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I mean,
but I knew at the end of 5 how they were gonna do 6, and 6 is the best season. 6 is by far the best season because for the first like I don't know 4 or so seasons, you're interested about what's happening in the South, and like that's your main focus. Okay, who's gonna get their comeuppance in the South? And the 6th season, it changes to the North, and you're like, shit's gonna go down. It's gonna go down, and it does go down. And it has 2 of the most phenomenal episodes in TV history back to back.
I know. I'm letting you really kind of take the torch on this one because I mean it was your top show, but it's my number 2. So yeah. I'm not saying this is a bad show by any means.
No.
Any means. But it's just it cannot be number 1.
So what this is, it's essentially like a 13th century, but like mythical kind of land with dragons and stuff like that.
There's some magic aspects.
With magical aspects, but they take all of your characters and they put them together in the first episode, and then they all kind of split apart.
Yeah.
And they're in this mystical land, and they're doing the whole thing, and you're like, oh my God. And you have this whole other aspect, which right here is just...
Yeah, that's such the background history. You get parts of it, but I mean, I think...
You don't understand the significance until later seasons. Yeah. And...
Yeah, I think the huge thing is the character development in that show, and just
I need to say people who need to be commended for their performances. I mean, first of all, it's Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage is
phenomenal job in that show.
That might be the best character in that show.
Yep.
Amelia Clark. Just wow. She recently I don't know her name, and I don't want to mispronounce her name, so I will say the Queen of Thorns, Olenna Tyrell. The woman who...
She just recently passed away.
Yeah, she just recently passed.
Rest in peace. Rust.
She... Brilliant.
Phenomenal. They brought her in, and she just tore up. Like, I heard, like, when they casted her, it was like, she was just perfect for the role. Just perfect.
Yeah.
Just like she
personified everything that just they wanted to convey.
Confidence of like
knowing her position.
Woman. Yeah, she knew what is up.
Khalid Hill. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. He played Varys.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say Varys. I mean,
Adrian.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh God.
You don't have to say the name. I don't think you have to say the actual name.
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Littlefinger
Varys are very.
Brilliant.
The actor's portrayal, actress's portrayal of them.
Sophie Turner in the later seasons as Sansa Stark.
Yeah, she even did a phenomenal job as a kid.
Yeah, no, 100%. But
I mean, fuck, dude, everyone in that goddamn show. All the acting in that show is top notch.
I mean.
Except for Ed Sheeran. Fuck you, Ed. No, I'm just kidding. I love Ed Sheeran. He's
a phenomenal singer. Yeah. But Kit Harington. Oh my God, Kit Harington.
Dude, literally
everyone in that show.
We can say this about everyone. But the character development, I think is a huge aspect because you have like the Hound, his character development. That's crazy. You keep thinking about characters.
You can help a lot more people than you are in Coulain.
There's so many characters in the show.
Forrest of Mir, which if you listen to some of the background stories, you understand like why he's so relevant. And Barris and Salmi.
Paul, there are so many characters. Do you think, Paul? Like I'm just thinking about it right now. There's so many fucking characters in the show, and they
like if Ned Stark, if Sean Bean's Ned Stark is the most honorable person in Seven Kingdoms, then Barris and Salmi is 1A. And I think it's mean to call him 1A because this guy fought and was injured for a king and was overthrown. The king that he was serving was overthrown, and then he served the other king, not because he believed in the other king. It's because that was his duty.
Yeah.
To serve the Seven Kingdoms.
Yep.
He was a
Paul,
knight.
Paul,
Oh my
there's
god.
so many. Okay, so I mean, let's
I'm
let's
sorry.
wrap this part
sorry.
up because
I'm sorry.
I have to go on my tangent about my show.
Okay.
But I think character development, just the showing the characters, just the
that was
the
a weird
scenes,
noise I made. I apologize for that.
yeah, stop fucking orgasming, probably blowing loads all over the place, dude. But yeah, it's such a fucking good show. You need to watch it. Everyone needs to watch it. I know the ending is a little decisive, divisive, whatever. I don't know words, dude. But a lot of people don't like it. We both kind of agreed it's good. It was rushed. It was really rushed.
It was
and
rushed.
They could have. I mean, it's kind of Game of Thrones-esque, but also, they said George R. R. Martin kind of wanted it a little differently, and he still hasn't written his last book to show how he would portray it. And I think he'd do a little bit different job with it, but kind of keep generally the same. But there was supposed to be a whole thing with Jon Snow and something. I don't know. There's a lot that people don't like about it. We understand, but generally I'm not okay with the ending, but I understand it, and I'm like, okay.
I think it's phenomenal because everyone is where they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh my god! One more that I have to mention.
Okay.
Brienne of Tarth. I love her so much.
Paul, I mean,
Lena Headey.
Oh my god! Paul,
No! I gotta keep going. Lena Headey. Lena Headey. It was. She had built such a reputation by the 8th season. All it was just looks, because you knew her. You know her by the 8th season. You know what she's capable of. And she doesn't have to say anything. She doesn't have to say anything. Not a word.
No, we're wrapping this.
Okay,
we're wrapping this bitch up. Paul, we're wrapping this bitch up.
Let's go.
Watch Game of Thrones. It's such a phenomenal show. If you haven't watched it, I mean, where the fuck have you been under a rock for the last fucking whatever
decade?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Welcome to COVID, by the way. If you just emerged from your rock.
Yeah.
It's scary out there.
The fucking bears hibernating and shit. Let's talk about my number one, because it is technically the greatest show of all time. It's the greatest show of all time, and it is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Paul, let's talk about the.
You know what? I'm gonna let you go into this because it's your.
Oh yeah, you're gonna let me go.
I'm sweating so much.
So there's a reason. There's a reason. I have Breaking Bad as number one, and I think we kind of both agree that it deserves kind of number one slot, even though you put it number two.
Yeah,
no, don't talk.
I don't disagree, because from beginning to end, phenomenal, it was fantastic.
I want to say Vince Gilligan is a phenomenal director, writer, show. He's everything on that show. Like his vision of that show, it just he was able to do everything with the writing staff and the actors. So where do I start? The story is it's so complete. It's one of the most complete stories you'll ever get. The acting is so phenomenal in the show. I mean, heartbreaking moments, and just the development of the characters into what they turn out to be. Once you get through the first seasons, you start out as a character, and there's a central theme to the show, which is dude, the show works on so many fucking levels. It's so brilliant of a show. It's like it's a fucking piece of art. Like, if it was a piece of art, Paul, it would be one of those pieces of art that has no value. It has so much value. It's like you can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't even look at it because it's so fucking valuable. It's like the Mona Lisa on fucking crack, dog. That's how fucking valuable a fucking piece of art this is. It has a central theme of chemistry is the study of change. That's the basic way. Chemistry is the study of change. But the whole show, you're studying the change, and I don't want to spoil anything.
How about you describe the premise of the show to those who are again living under the rock and just emerged?
So welcome to America, where health insurance is expensive as fuck, and once you get cancer and it's very expensive to treat, guess what? You're gonna be doing some stuff to make some motherfucking money. This is a show based on a man who he's not lived up to his full. He hasn't lived up to his full potential in life. He wants to do. He wanted more of his life, but he ended up, and honestly, a phenomenal spot. He's a high school teacher.
He's a high school chemistry teacher.
High school chemistry teacher. He has a beautiful wife who loves him and the baby on the way. He has a son with cerebral palsy. Shout out cerebral palsy. And has a house, has everything pretty much he wants, but he hasn't really lived up to his full potential because he's a brilliant man. A
Genius.
You could say genius. And the bad fortune unrolls on him that he has lung cancer, stage 4.
I do want to mention this. He helped found this company called Gray Matter Foundation or Institute.
He's okay. I mean, I'm not trying to go too deep into it.
I apologize,
but yeah, it's
speaking to him is not.
He could have done very well with his life, but he sold out because you don't really know the whole fallout of this relationship he had with a woman who he created this company with, but now this company's worth billions of dollars, and he
sold his potential for $5,000.
Yeah, and he sold for pennies in the dollar. He could have been a part of this company and done it, but it was a lot of it was a lot of the reason why he sold was based on love, but you don't really get a good aspect of what happened. They don't tell you what happened really. But
I thought this would just speak to him not reaching his full potential because. Quite honestly, he had it in his grasp, and that's a lot of the driving factor behind
he would
the
have been
entire show.
A multi-millionaire, if not billionaire. The company was worth $1 billion or whatever. But you don't know where that company would develop even in today's time with inflation and everything like that. But starting at that, it's just the show is pretty much showing the evolution of a man known as Walter White into Heisenberg, which is, and the brilliance, and I said this multiple times, kind of what I'm going to say, and once I say it, you're going to be like, oh, that's what you're saying. He has so Walter White / Heisenberg has the viewer, convinced that he's a good person. Because when this show starts out, Paul, he's a very, very good person. And he devolves, and the whole time you're rooting for this person, and I mean it's someone you should not be rooting for. And I'm not really trying to ruin everything, but I mean, holy shit, dude! And the writing doesn't get any better. You have single season, and not even single season characters, but you have shorter characters, but then you have I don't know, the acting in the show. You have from Mike Ehrmantraut, who was he wasn't even supposed to be on the show, but crazy I learned this the other day. Mike Ehrmantraut was not supposed to be on the show, but Saul Goodman, I'm not saying actors' names, but the actual actor, he had to go film something, another show, and so they brought Mike Ehrmantraut in. I'm guessing for the episode of where someone named Jane, if you know what we're talking about, did some stuff, and I think that was supposed to be Saul. But they brought another guy in, and turned out to be a great fit in the show.
Yeah, true.
And I have a little asterisk by this because I haven't fully watched it. Better Call Saul. I haven't watched it fully, and I've heard it's just as phenomenal, and I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt it. If this is the same running team,
until 4 seasons.
Yeah, I think I was on the 3rd season, and then I was just waiting because I know they're shooting the last season right now, or they're coming out. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Holy fuck! This show completes perfectly. They even added on with another. It's a short movie called El Camino.
Yeah,
and it ties in, and they kind of finishes off a little story. And it wasn't necessary, but did we want it? Yes. I mean, fuck, it was nice. It was really nice.
This speaks to Vince Gilligan. He just calls up his writing staff out of the blue, like, "What are you guys doing? Oh, we're working on this. I want to make this movie called El Camino. It's about Jesse after Breaking Bad ends."
I just want to give a little touch. And fuck, I mean, the suspense in that show, just the character development. I mean, you see one character devolve and one character kind of grow. Get some depth. I mean, I'm talking about Hank. You get some depth in the show.
Yeah.
You also have Skylar. I don't know her actual name.
Anna Gunn.
Anna Gunn. Fuck. See, I don't remember. She's a phenomenal acting job. She's a phenomenal actor. I mean, fuck.
Actor. I feel like
yeah,
it's more appropriate to say actor. I said actress earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But fuck, God. I mean, everyone in that show is just phenomenal. It's so cyclical, or so like it just wraps up fucking perfectly. It's just everything. There's like little things you can nitpick here and there, but like with perfection, you can nitpick anything. You know, and that this show is the epitome of perfection, and this is why it's my number one. And I put Better Call Saul with it because I mean, I've heard it's just as good. No, people will argue it's better, but I mean,
I can understand the arguments. I mean, it's Jonathan Banks. It's got a Jonathan Banks. It's you didn't even mention one of the main antagonists. His name is Gus.
Gus. I mean, yeah, I was trying not to go.
Yeah, well,
all depth tied in. Well, I don't know, but whoever watches, I mean, fuck. The show is the best ever on TV. Like it's don't listen. I mean, we're gonna be one of those old people like it show's good, and then like kids will watch me like this show is nothing. I guarantee the best show ever made hasn't been made yet. You know, like and dude, think about it. I mean, that's what I kind of want to end on. There's the possibility. There's the possibility that Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad has not been made yet. I mean, Paul, we are in we're in the Stone Age of great television.
Gets eclipsed.
And what we have as great television might be. I mean, it's not that. It's like these are the forefathers. These are the Mount Rushmores. We might have the Mount Rushmores that we have a top 10 list that are paving the way to shows that we could never have even thought of. Yeah, and I think really Breaking Bad's going to cement itself in history as the greatest show. I mean, it's it doesn't get any better. But yeah, greatest show of all time. Still may never.
I am the one who knocks.
Bye. Paul. Yeah. Say my name. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.